Hey, good morning. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Hope you're doing well today. And it is Wednesday. Wednesday, where we talk about team activities and things like that. And if you're tracking my morning habits ritual, I'm a half hour behind schedule. Not that I would start the show at 8 o'clock. It's I start putting the show together at 8 o'clock, which gives me about 15 minutes to get it going. So I'm a half hour behind schedule where I would like to be. And it's adjusting. Anyway, that's another topic. That was yesterday's topic about doing your morning habits and getting that together. And good morning, everyone out there. Today is We Team Wednesday, and I was listening to a podcast of 3 or 4 podcasts through the morning. And one of them was the Agile Mentors podcast. And today we're talking about divergent people. They were talking about people with ADHD and maybe my ADHD is kicking in. And anyway, people that just have divergent thinking processes, different process thinking. And I thought, what a perfect topic for our we Team Wednesday topic talk discussion, because I wanted to bring some context into what I had, but I really encourage. I'm not going to be able to cover it as well as the people that they had on the Agile Mentors podcast as far as the specifics and the different aspects of it. But I want to talk about my perspective, what I have seen, what I have encountered through my career. So we're going to share that today. Talk about everyone on the team is different. How do you handle that and thought processes behind that to help you get through the day as a Scrum Master or an Agile coach? And this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And here we talk about Scrum and Agile in a very practical and tactical way so you can bring more value to customer without working extra hours to bring that value and have a little fun along the way. And so yeah, I was listening to the Agile Mentors podcast because my third or fourth. So and they were talking about divergent people. And it's really killing me now not to think of the words that I want to think about. Maybe I wrote it in my phone. So I did write some notes. I try to write notes every once in a while. Talk about people that are more introverted, autistic. That was the word I was thinking. Say autistic, or what they would call divergent, divert people, divergent, introverts, people that have problems with being included with others or presenting, and maybe they're shy, maybe they're introverts on your team, and they don't necessarily want to do presentations, right? So I wanted to talk about that a little bit, make people aware. How do you handle that? What do you do? Well, one, I would listen to the Agile Mentors podcast because it's good foundational information on what they talked about with autistic people that might be on their team, because they may have really good gifts at coding and getting things done that will blow everyone else out of the water. So don't hesitate to bring them on the team. Just, if you're worried about them presenting or standing up in front of a crowd and talking about what they do in daily Scrum, maybe that's not what you need. Maybe you just need someone who could just do their job really well. And there's different levels of autistic people and what they're really good, skillful at. And even the introverts, the shy people. Like I be honest with you, I'm a very shy person. You may not think it because I'm on the show all the time, but I am. I am shy, but I break through that barrier and work on it. And part of the show helps me do that. So what do you do? So one of the things that you have to be observant for is different people like to stand up people. They do different things. You can't make everyone happy. Some people like to talk all day. Some people don't. Keeping things short and brief, like in a daily Scrum, helps that process out a little bit, where maybe they don't like to stand up. They even might want to even do texting in the chat group or something like that. And you can just help them if they feel shy and they don't want to be in front of the audience, or maybe they just feel like I got better things to do. Still got to bring them out. But you need to be able to adapt to what different people want on your team, and it can't make them all conform. We're not an engine. We're not a machine. We're not a factory. I hate the word software factory, to be honest with you. I hear that so many times, and it just makes me want to cringe because I think of the old Ford Model T days where everyone had their job and that's their job, and they just had work as a factory. Boom, 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 boom. Um, Hopefully, we don't get that in the software world. There's some companies that would like to be like that and not have to think about how everyone's different, and they want to treat everyone the same because it makes it easier for them. But in the real world, if you really want to get progressive and high performing, everyone is a little bit different, right? So we as Scrum Master, as a coach, have to be able to identify that and pick up on those things. So listen to that Agile Mentors podcast talking about divergent people, different thought processes. It's a good eye opener. It's a good introduction into the topic area. What do you do? Like they were saying, some people like the code with their lights on in the room. Some people don't. Some people like music. Some people don't. There's different ways. Are we bringing the tools to help those people that are different on the team to succeed and be very productive in what they're doing? So you have to be observant for everyone who's different on the team, and you don't necessarily want to make it where everyone does the same thing. Like we have sprint review, right, where we present what we do. Maybe some people don't like to present. Maybe they're so introverted that they don't like to stand up in a crowd, or they get shy. And in that case, maybe one of their partners on the team can help present that. One of their partners in the group. Maybe they do a lot of coding and someone else presents, and they share the benefits of it. And they're appreciative of that, where they didn't have to stand up and present. Maybe it's causing a problem for them. So you have to be observant for that and treat people differently. One of the things way back in the day when I was going through executive training many, many, many years ago, the counselors there, we were going, it's one of their pathways. They have these standard thing that is applied to everyone. Because when I go talk to other managers, yep, that's what they did. Did they do this? Yep, they did that. This was a very, very cookie cutter approach, but it was good. And one of the things they talked about is ego. And they said, Greg, you cannot apply your way of doing work, the way you work, what you're doing to other people. You have an ego issue. When you get into the point where you're trying to apply, and maybe you're a Scrum Master, a high performer, you became a Scrum Master, you want to be a manager, you want to do all this, you can't apply the way you work to others. You have to realize that everyone has a different way of doing things. And your job is to get them the tools and the processes and whatever they need to be high performing with whatever they like to do. Right. So you have to be careful of your ego that you say, well, everyone should present on sprint review day, you know, but not everyone likes to present. Well, everyone should speak up during daily scrum. Well, maybe not everyone likes to be on camera or speak up in person or something like that. So maybe you just keep it as short as possible so that they don't feel inconvenienced because it's so long. Because like an ADHD person can't handle long drawn out meetings. That's why I think maybe that's who invented Scrum. 15-minute meetings, no more than 15 minutes, or maybe they just have an attention issue. And it's not really an issue. It's just the way they are, right? And I'm going to say it's not a bad thing. But those are the kind of things that you want to think about when you look at your team and how different everyone is on the team. Some people like to talk a lot, be in the front of the pack and all that stuff. Some people will talk a lot of stuff, but then when it comes down to it, they're like, oh no, I can't do it. But you got to think about that. So check your ego at the door as a Scrum Master, Agile coach. Try to find out the differences in everybody. You might have some people that are ADHD, leaning that way. Maybe you get some autistic people on your team that are really good coders, and they may be not like, outgoing and everything, but man, when they code, they make some beautiful code that is unstoppable on the planet. So try not to be judgmental or apply your ego standard on other people as you bring them in the team. Let the team decide, see what they do, see what that person would like to do. Maybe they think they're not a fit for the team. Who knows what they would do, but also introduce. I don't know how to at this point. I would have to do a little more research on it. How do you introduce an autistic developer to a team? Do you make a whole team of autistic developers? Personally, I think that would be a lot of stress on a Scrum Master, but it should be a mix. But how do you get the autistic people and the Scrum team and the teammates to work together? How do you introduce that? That would be another stage. But if you do have the opportunity to do so, I would definitely do some research ahead of time. How do you do the introductions? How do you bring them into a team? How do you bridge into a team to bring those autistic people or people with ADHD, which a lot of us may, and I'm sorry if I butcher the acronym, um, but people that have diverse thinking processes, different thinking processes, they can add a lot of value to the team. And our job is to bring them on board, make them successful, and not try to make them conform to what we think the Agile or Scrum process is, but to help them take advantage of that to the optimal capability, right? Or optimum performance level. So with that, I want to share that with you. Again, check out the Agile Mentors podcast, learn a little bit more. It's a little bit longer and some of it's a little carried out. Might be tough to watch, but I highly recommend it. And with that, I say, hey, have a happy day, happy scrumming, enjoy your day. And don't forget, we all got to check those egos at the door when we get in there. Not everyone can be like us. I don't even know if I want everyone to be like me, to be honest with you. I learn so much more when everyone's different from me. I don't think I want a bunch of me's in the room. It might be scary too. So have fun today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye. See ya.